But before that, we've got Rajesh Subramaniam, the MD and CEO of Firstsource, now joining us on the phone line to talk about their Q3 numbers. Q3 numbers were largely in line with street expectation. Their revenues were flat on the back of seasonal weakness, but margins improved on a quarter-on-quarter basis. So that is a bit of a positive. To talk more, we've got Rajesh Subramaniam now joining us. Hi, morning. Thanks so much for joining us. You expect Q4 to be better than Q3. What could be the kind of growth that we could expect in margin improvement as well as in dollar revenues in Q4?
Morning, Rima and Lata. Q4 is seasonally our best quarter because we have the benefits of seasonality, positive seasonality in our collections business in the US because it's the tax refund season. So I expect margin expansion to continue. We came in with about 10.2% EBITDA margins in Q3, and I expect that to improve anywhere between 75 to 100 basis points in Q4. Okay. So that's on the margin front, which obviously flows down right to the bottom line. On our revenue, again, on account of seasonality, there is a positive uptick, but overall, the lesser number of working days in February does have a dampening impact, but there are some new logo wins that are going to support our growth in Q4. So in rupee terms, the growth between Q3 and Q4 I expect to be anywhere between 3 to 4%. And on a year-on-year basis, should be in excess of 25%. Okay.
Rajesh, the NASSCOM has been giving us some kind of positive vibes with respect to FY14. They have kind of upped their guidance for the year in terms of revenue growth by maybe just a few percentage points, but still the direction is higher. Would you say that of your company? What kind of visibility do you have in terms of growth in FY14?
No, absolutely, Lata. I think, for us, our growth is largely signed up, in the early part of the year, given the fact that, BPO contracts are annuity contracts and the visibility of growth is evident as we go into the new year. 90% of our revenues are visible into the new year. But there are some swing factors which could take us to the top end of the NASSCOM projections or higher on very large deals that we are currently bidding on. But they are in a binary situation. Either we get it or we don't. Okay. So the swing could be either at the lower end or the top end, depending on which way some of these big deals we are bidding on play themselves out. But overall, the momentum is positive. The three verticals we are in are all showing positive momentum. Healthcare in the US driven by changes in Obamacare and how payers and providers are gearing up for the change. The telecoms and media business, again, classical problems, higher churn rates, lower ARPU. So how do telcos and media companies improve their stickiness with customers, driving different level of change and impact for us positively. And we're seeing the green shoots of recovery in the financial services industry, especially in the UK. And we expect some of the recovery to percolate and in the US too. And as we see some of our business units in the financial services industry improving next year. So overall, I am confident on growth and continued margin expansion from where we land FY13.
Okay. Rajesh, when we spoke to you last quarter, you indicated that you have faced volume contraction in BFSI collections as well as payment delays in the healthcare providing business. Could you provide us an update on both these situations going into FY14? What could we expect?
Sure. So specifically in the collections business, last time I'd mentioned that the overall inventory of debt, which was close to $1 trillion and 1.1 trillion in 2007-8, has shrunk to about 850 billion. So we are seeing some recovery. We are seeing more originations. We are seeing more spending. So we are seeing a little more debt being piled up to that inventory, which gives me a positive outlook that the collections business will have a better year next year than FY13. In terms of the payer delays in the US, they still continue. Payer delays in the healthcare business still continue, which will impact my collection cycle of cash from the hospitals that we work for. But the certainty of the payment is real. So from a margin perspective, we are looking at driving different utilization metrics to leverage some of the realities that we're facing the environment in the US. But those payer delays in relation to hospitals getting paid still continue. We haven't seen that easing as of now. How it will play till next year, we still don't know. But we are managing our business every quarter and taking reality checks on how we manage our margins.
What would be the quantum of payment which is currently delayed in the hospital business?
I think it's very difficult to put a number. So, it depends from region to region. It depends from each Medicaid and each, the various charity programs that pay for uncompensated care to the hospitals. For example, in the state of in Massachusetts, the payment delays will be far lesser given how well those programs are funded, and the fact that uncompensated care will be far lesser than in, say, a state of Alabama or in Kentucky, where uncompensated care could be as high as 30%. So it depends from state to state, and there's no one single metric that I can give you.
No exposure. If you could just quantify the kind of exposure.
In terms of delayed billing.
Yes, delayed billing.
I think delayed billing. My sense is the exposure would be anywhere between, I guess, $8 to $10 million on a rolling basis. So the only question is, how do we collect our cash of the 8 to 10 million and bring it down to historically what we've seen is $3 to $5 million.
Okay. Well, just a final question. Now your cash on your books has increased. Your debt has come down in the sense of your FCCB liability. And you have a big promoter as well to back you up. Should we see you making some inorganic moves?
I think, Lata, inorganic moves will be predicated on, the requirement of the business. So as of now, that when I take a looking glass into FY14, I think there's a lot we have to do to build on our current results and improve them. So at least over the next 6 months, 9 months, I definitely see growth and margin expansions as the key priorities for the company.
All right, fair enough. We'll leave it at that. Thanks a lot for joining us, Rajesh. So that's the word from Firstsource. They've continued with their margin improvement. That's important. Otherwise, at an income level, tepid, but that's still better than so many other companies. We'll take a break on that note. We'll take a check on the macros. This week has been full of a lot of numbers. We've got IIP numbers. We had the trade deficit numbers, as well the WPI numbers yesterday. Mahesh Vyas of CMI will join us.